Glorious rising. Cheers. This carrot orange beet. Made my own tropical delight. Pineapple, lemon, ginger. Enjoying this beautiful sun right now. And I had an epiphany maybe about a few years ago, actually. And it really was urging me recently to actually just come out with my theory, my epiphany on what is God to me, perception wise. If people ask me, well, do you believe in God? What do you think God is? Source and all that. For me, when I had like this thought, I felt like God is basically water. I mean, think about it. Water is everywhere. Water is omnipresent, as God is in the Bible, right? Everywhere. It's in us. It's the most of the earth, right? It's in the air. You can pull air from water. There's water molecules in the oxygen, right? So it's omnipresent. It's if you're a God-fearing person, right? God-fearing man or whatever. I'm gonna tell you, a big body of water, an ocean, no matter how avid of a swimmer I may be, I am terrified because water can nurture you and it could destroy you. God, G-O-D, God, generator, operator, destroyer, right? That's water. It can generate, you can operate through it, you can destroy with it. Them big waves out there in the ocean can take you out, or you can float for however long until you find safety, land or whatever, right? But then it's the deep, dark waters. Everything comes from the deep, dark, right? For the most part. Triple stage darkness or whatever. That's down there in deep, where people can say it's like a form of space, right? Because when you talk about God separating the heavens and the earth, and so over the firmament, if you're into that ideology, water would be pretty much what space is for the most part, right? Some type of water, because you got oceans under oceans. You got this thing where scientifically they have terms for it, but I'm not sure of the term, where the water is like, it's firm and under the water, under the ocean or a lake or something in the water, where you can't even penetrate the other water. So people would say, oh man, that's where the firmament ends or whatnot when you go in certain spots. But then they'll have that scientific term. I forgot it, right? I'm just giving you all these examples as to why I feel like that. So it's the omnipresence, the coming out of the water. Everything comes out of the primordial water. Your mother. That's why women would be pretty much the most closest physical manifestation of God, right? Because we all go into that fish state as a fetus for the most part, living as an embryo and an amniotic fluid, water, in the dark, and then we're birthed. And you got these terms like birth when you go to the dock at a port or something like that. It's birthing, the dock, right? And your mother gives birth, right? So that's coming out of the primordial waters. Anything that has a womb and we come out of, right? Us beings, animals or whatever, sentient beings and stuff like that, right? You also have the idea that water is formless, but it's conscious. It's pretty much formless, but it's water has memory, right? So now, and water is the most purest thing in its natural state until it's contaminated, right? Until it enters a vessel, the temple of God, beings. So, yeah, it's a mighty force that's everywhere, and it is necessary for being, for life. And it's primordial. Everything, even all the lands came out of the water. So that's my take on what God truly is. Even, the molecules being, we can't see it. See, we think air is just the stuff that's, is a gas with water molecules in it. For me, yeah, that sounds like God to me. If anything, Father, I've heard that word means or has a feminine not connotation, but a feminine premise to it, principle, father, right? Initially, so but that's something I would have to source up. I just heard that somewhere. I seen somebody break that down or whatever. So you got the mother and the father is pretty much the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And the mother would be the water, her her primordial essence. You know what I'm saying? And most people would say in ancient cultures, God was basically associated with a feminine principle. There's more to it. I just can't think of it right now, probably. But that's my interpretation of what God is.